Secretary of State Marco Rubio today taking over the White House press briefing, making 4 points crystal clear. Number one, Operation Epic Fury is over. We're now on to Operation Project Freedom. Number two, the international community needs to help the United States secure international waterways like the Strait of Hormuz. Number three, the War Power Act is unconstitutional. He thought so as a senator. He thinks so now as the Secretary of State. And number four, we're not ready for his DJ name. Not yet. The man behind 1,000 memes, the Trump administration's most visible multitasker, took over the White House press briefing. Here is Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Okay. Hello. Thank you guys for having me today. I'll be filling in for Karoline today, obviously.
In a moment of full transparency and authenticity, he just saw how hard Karoline Leavitt's job actually is.
I don't think this is also being reported enough. Maybe you are reporting. I don't read everyone. I don't know many damn outlets here. I don't know who you all are, but I mean, I know who some of you are, but I don't know all of you are. All right, there's no way I can figure out who to call on. I'm just going to like press right in the middle, right there. You right there, yeah. Right in the back row.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'll go to you next. I can't get everyone. You know that. All right, go ahead.
Just this past weekend, Rubio was spotted behind a DJ booth at a wedding, adding to the growing list of roles for the secretary and prompting many on social media to ask, what can't he do? One even noting, I have no idea what is real anymore and what is AI generated. Marco Rubio has every job now meme. We consider it a public service to announce he is not actually taking over Spirit Airlines. No, today he joined the rest of the administration in setting the record straight on what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. The ceasefire still intact. The U.S. blockade still in place. And Iran out of options.
They really shouldn't test the will of the United States, at least not under President Donald Trump. He has proven time and again that he will back up what he says. And if they test him, ultimately they will lose. The hard way, the easy way, the long way, the short way, they will lose.
And as for the Strait, Rubio added, it's not Iran's waterway to claim.
Okay, this is an international waterway. And international law is very clear, and I love it because everybody always talks about international law, and this international law on this is very clear. International waterways, no country can control them. There is no international law that allows you to say, I'm going to put mines in an international body of water, and I'm going to blow up ships that don't listen to us and try to go through. That's what Iran is doing.
The Department of War just released this map. It zooms in on how Project Freedom is working in the region. These red strikes here, they represent Iran's attacks against commercial vessels in the Strait and the Gulf of Oman. The green dots and the blue dots are groupings of commercial, cargo, and tanker vessels. And of course, this line here represents the blockade. Continuing, by the way, on the eastern flank. The Pentagon says none of this, though, none of these limited skirmishes on commercial vehicles are enough to warrant the end of the ceasefire, at least not yet.
Since the ceasefire was announced, Iran has fired at commercial vessels 9 times and seized 2 container ships. And they've attacked U.S. forces more than 10 times, all below the threshold of restarting major combat operations at this point.
Even so, the Pentagon says U.S. forces stand ready. If Iran crosses the red line, President Trump says Iran knows what that would look like.
They've fired at U.S. ships several times in the last 24 hours. What do they need to do to violate the ceasefire?
Well, you'll find out, because I'll let you know. They know what to do, and they know what to do. They know what not to do, more importantly, actually. And, they fired them in little boats with pea shooters, the pea shooters, little boat with little, why? Because they don't have any boats anymore.
And when asked when that could happen, President Trump says you won't be hearing it from him.
The one bad thing about a ceasefire is you can build up a little bit. We'll knock that out. We know everything they've done. We'll knock that out in the first.
Is the ceasefire over, Mr. President? Is it over? We're going to hit them tonight?
Well, I can't tell you that.
All right, that's fine.
You wouldn't. If I answered that question, you say this man is not smart enough to be leading the United States of America.
Meantime, another unknown, at least for right now, What's the deal with reports of kamikaze dolphins?
I haven't heard the kamikaze dolphin thing. It's like sharks with laser beams, right?
And I can't confirm or deny whether we have kamikaze dolphins, but I can confirm they don't, ultimately.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.